Now, I wish I could remember exactly when I did this video or social media post, and if I'm not too lazy, I will go back to look and I'll screenshot it and put it on the screen for you to see. But I remember getting a lot of flack. I think maybe it was last year or late 2022. I can't remember, but I do recall talking about how, you know what, Tyler might be trying to pull one over on us. And it was right in front of us the entire time. It goes back to when Zatima was first announced and, the first batch of episodes came out. And Deval himself, because a lot of people were telling me in videos, because I remember I was trying to piece together, the timeline stuff. Like, okay, Bryce and Angela have a new relationship and Jake was written off the show. So perhaps Zatima takes place a few weeks after Sistas season 4 or something to that effect. And DeVal said in a video, hey, don't worry about the timelines. Just think about it this way. Zatima takes place when Zach and Fatima aren't on screen during Sisters. Enough said. And as time went on, it got more confusing trying to piece together the timelines, especially with people saying that, hey, rather than, thinking of them as the same timeline, they're just two separate shows, two separate universes, whatever. But that contradicts so much when you have characters brought into Sisters from Zatima, events from Zatima brought into Sisters, and everything else in between. It's like, okay, I'm really confused now. But then, I've just gotten to the point where if I accept it, yeah, I'm just going to treat them as two separate things. The biggest being the Fatima pregnancy announcement at the end of season 2. And I believe I did a video saying that the new writers did say that in one of their Twitter spaces that not this season, but within the next season or so, they do plan on converging both shows a bit better so the events and whatnot line up. So it is possible for these shows to truly line up in a very, very, fine-tuned way. It just hasn't happened yet. So I guess you could loosely consider them different continuities. Now, going back to the post I made, I said, wouldn't it be crazy if in Sisters, Tyler is writing it where Zach eventually gets back with Karen, but in the Zatima verse, Zach and Fatima are it, There's no disruption from Karen or anything like that. These two being happy. And that'll be pretty messed up because I remember people saying, Jeremy, that's crazy. That's ridiculous. Look, leave the multiverse stuff to the Marvel films and whatnot and just focus on the Tyler Perry stuff. And it will be so dumb for Tyler to do that and yada, 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 yada. But after the revelation of Karen having twins in this week's episode, it doesn't seem like such a far-fetched idea after all, huh? To have one continuity where Zach may be the father of one or both of those kids. And episode 9 synopsis talks about how he's excited and Fatima has the opposite reaction. That'll be pretty wild, to have it where in Sisters, Zach is going to be Fatima-less and with 3 kids in his house. And maybe he's back with Karen, I don't know. But then when you switch over to Zatima, it's just Zach and Fatima. And then they're going to have a kid of their own. I mean, Michael was seen and referenced a few times, but sheesh. I don't know what the game plan is, but I guarantee if Zach is confirmed to be a father of Karen's baby or babies, a lot of people won't accept it, and they'd much rather have a show that's only Zach and Fatima focused. And whoop-de-doo, would you look at that? You got Zatima all by itself. I think that's kind of a loophole Tyler built in case the fan backlash was too much of Karen having twins and Zach possibly fathering, on them. So he figured, yeah, at least I got this Zatima show, a show that the fans wanted because they love Zach and Fatima, and it stripped away from the sister-isms of the main series. So basically, if they don't like how things turn out in Sisters, I could just focus on Zatima. And that's kind of brilliant, but also not, because a lot of fans are still confused to this day. Each and every day, I either see a comment on one of my posts, a tweet, or a DM. Hey, when is Fatima's pregnancy going to be brought up in Sisters? It makes no sense. So How would you feel about it? Would you rather the shows be separate universes if it does seem appear that Zach will be fathering, Karen's kid or kids, and is he going to get back with her in one show, and will he still stay with Fatima in another? It's kind of like playing a video game where it's like, choose your story. It's like based on what decision you make at a given mission, that determines the rest of the story. I think that would be pretty cool, but just way too convoluted for this kind of series. But what do you think? Should these shows be separate universes if Zach is the father in one and he's not the father of Karen's baby in the other? That way you can kind of pick your poison. It's like, you know what? I'm done with Sistas. I'm just going to watch Zatima. Who knows? But hey, like I said, the idea I had a year or so ago doesn't sound too crazy now, does it?